What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So, Devin Haney, George Kambosos, 2 is going to go down. It's going to be in Australia, of course, not the big arena like before. They said the arena fits like 16,000, which is still a hell of a lot of people. Um, they both spoke, said their piece. I just thought something interesting was said. That George Kambosos in the first fight, he couldn't do anything. Just things, this, that, and Lou DiBella. But I think this time around, he's gonna know that what he has to do this time, and it's gonna be a different George Kambosos this time, and all of this, and then Bob Arum made comparisons about Leonard losing the first time to Duran and so forth, and okay, the rematch being different, so this is going to be a compelling fight. They're trying to promote the fight, and okay, fine. So I'm gonna say this: the reason that George Kambosos, couldn't do anything was because he had less time to train than Devin Haney. Was that it? No. He took the fight on short notice. No. He had a long flight, and basically his father couldn't come, his head trainer, and he had that on his mind, George Kambosos, right? And then that was a distraction. And no, oh, that was Devin Haney. Okay, so maybe it has something to do with the simple fact that Devin Haney was just a much better fighter than people wanted to admit, and he basically, couldn't do the things that he needed to do because Devin Haney wouldn't let him. Yeah, I mean, I think that sounds about right. So anyway, the excuses that people make, the unnecessary pressure that fighters put on themselves. If I lose this fight, I'll never fight in Sydney again because the pressures and this and that and all this. And look, here's how this goes. Okay, he's entitled to his opinion, and whatever. But at the end of the day, if you are a star in your country, you losing this fight. I mean, are you, if your own home country won't accept you, then where else are you going to go? Because you're not a big star in America. You understand what I mean? You beat Tiafimo, you was unified, and pretty much Devin Haney came and he beat you and did what he had to do, and he is now undisputed. You understand? And he's still fighting you on your terms because that was in the terms in the beginning that you guys are going to have both fights in Australia. So that fight is going to happen, and the outcome is going to be the outcome. To me, it's just a matter of not if Devin Haney wins, but if he beats him worse this time. Does he even catch him, drop him, knock him out, knock him down, knock him out? Who knows? Is it another decision win? But we'll see what happens. They asked Devin Haney certain questions about maybe moving up, and none of those things are relevant right now. They agreed to the fight. He's going to fight George Kambosos in the rematch, and that's what's going to happen. They brought up Lomachenko, and no, it is what it is. But that fight's going on. Let me address something that I was asked. Yes, I did, hear something about Jamal Charlo and his wife, but I'm not going to get into that. I don't do domestic things. That's not boxing news. That's news about a boxer, about another human being. That's him and his wife. The fact that she took to social media and did all of that. I mean I'm not gonna get into that though. That certain things you don't need to do. And then you start talking about it, then people start, yeah, but this happened, but that. But I'm not interested in that, so I don't get into that. Yes, I saw the video of Adrien Broner talking about what he would have did if he was Floyd, in terms of he would have had to fight with Floyd a long time ago, so Floyd could have got that money and wouldn't have to fight again. He's talking about Floyd should fight him in an exhibition. I saw it. And then they also had a video of him talking at one point. I don't know how old or current that video is, but I remember him speaking about he brought Tank Davis to Floyd wearing an AB shirt. And I also remember Floyd Mayweather in the gym being, they were being interviewed, and he thanked Tank Davis for bringing AB to him. But also, let me say this, okay? And this is not about bashing AB and praising Floyd or anything, but I stick to what's real, man. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We know what we see in front of the cameras, okay? But we do know Floyd Mayweather openly said he was, talking to AB, trying to advise him to, do things. I did a lot of things when I was younger, but you mature, and AB was buck wild. Like I said before, AB's on camera walking around ripping up a fucking stack of $20 bills, throwing them in the trash, in the toilet. I bet you he wish he could find them 20s now, right? So now everything is about, Floyd, what it is, Floyd, what it is, Floyd should do this, and he's saying that, basically he feel like he should be taken care of, but he don't take care of himself. So here's the deal. Even though you brought AB to Floyd, well, if not AB, if you brought Tank to Floyd, AB, even though you did, well, if Tank Davis had your mentality, and Tank was having his little issues where things was happening, but he didn't find himself in the same situation as you, which if he would have had your mentality, then it would have been the same thing. Him on the outside, not training like he's supposed to, getting drunk. 1 minute he's a rapper, 1 minute he's a fighter. He's not a fighter. He's mad at this person. He don't like this person. He's disrespecting the same people. The hand that feeds him. He's biting the hand that feeds him. So if he was like you, then, he'd be doing the same thing. Getting in front of a camera, telling people how Floyd ain't this and Floyd ain't that. And, even when things happened where he said his contract was up with Mayweather Promotions and people was claiming that, he was leaving. And then he clearly himself said, I never said I was leaving. I said my contract is up. And then on camera, he said, you'll get that money up to Ellaby. Okay, so, things happen. Everything is not, all peachy like we think it is because, you on the outside looking in and certain things are said and you think where this is coming from, where it's going. But no, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just, you didn't take care of yourself like you were supposed to. Floyd is not the reason you were out getting drunk. Floyd's not the reason you were out, grabbing women around the neck thinking they stole your bag and all this crazy stuff. Floyd was trying to look out for you. And when you still, to this day, you're coming on camera saying what Floyd should have did and like bad mouthing them, but yet you're asking for favors. So it's like one of these things where you as a grown man, what are you willing to do for yourself? You didn't have anything to offer AB at Tank Davis at the time, which was your words. So, bringing him to Floyd, this is about Tank. Now, if you would have signed him yourself, then Tank would have been complaining about you because you said you didn't have everything right at the time. Well, when did you have anything right for yourself? And then you're saying you don't think Floyd want to see you with that kind of money. You insult people, you say things about them, and then it's like, I want everybody to feel sorry for me. But then I'm coming back to you for a favor after I done talked all this smack about you. And if you think like saying all these things are going to bring attention to you, but then behind closed doors is different. It's like, man, look, you just canceled your own fight due to mental health issues, right? Is that Floyd's fault? Is that Al Haymond's fault? Like, I got to start taking accountability. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into the Charlo thing. I don't ever, just so all y'all know, I don't get into like this domestic things. I feel like what happens between the man, his woman, his family, stuff like that. That's between them. That's not something that we should exploit. Other people will because they want views and subscribers so bad, but I'm not thirsty. So anyway, never fall in love with lies. Remember the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.